Welcome everyone to the University of Arkansas's Teaching Kitchen, where today we are going to be cooking for you not only one dish, but two dishes, all purchased from Walmart, all on a budget under $26. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Chef Matt. I'm the campus executive chef here at the University of Arkansas, so let's get started. Okay, so the first dish we're going to start off with is a simple pasta carbonara. Now this dish is going to take about 20 minutes to prepare. Most of that time is going to be in getting all your ingredients set up and boiling water and having water ready for your noodles that we're going to cook off. So it's extremely simple. Definitely it's going to impress your friends. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to start off with is just simple olive oil. Now, I know that you're going to see out there most people use an extra virgin olive oil. My personal opinion is I buy just plain olive oil. Reason being is that it's less expensive. And when you go to cook olive oil, in order for it to be an extra virgin olive oil, it's based on the heat content of it. So when you're actually going to heat your olive oil, it actually takes it to a regular olive oil anyway. So we're going to start off with just some olive oil. And then the next ingredient that we're going to do is some chopped pancetta. Now pancetta is a pork product. It basically comes from the pork belly like your bacon. It's cured where bacon is smoked. You can buy it in the store. If you don't have pancetta or can't find it in your store, all these items were purchased at Walmart. But if you can't find it, go ahead and substitute some thick cut bacon and just chop it up. As you can see, these are just cut up into little fine pieces here. We're just going to get that right in here to start crisping up. Get it all out of the bag here. All this goodness. Okay, so while your pancetta is frying up and getting crispy just like bacon, the star of the show of carbonara is the egg. Okay, and this item the egg we're gonna add at the end of our cooking. But while this is fried up, I wanted to show you how I separate an egg without making a mess, hopefully. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna tap the egg on a corner piece, and then you wanna separate it in half, pull it apart. Okay, when you do this, your whites are going to just naturally fall off the side. So what you want to do is just transfer it back to the two ends of the egg, which leaves you the yolk left. You're going to want to separate that. So you're going to have one cup that you're going to have with just your egg whites, and the other cup we're going to have a yolk. All right, so once we have our eggs separated, we're going to go ahead and set that off to the side. Again, we'll use that towards the end. Right now what we do is we have our pancetta frying up, and you just want to get it crispy. You're going to have little particles of fat in there, so you want them nice and golden brown. While we're doing that, I also want to show you some of the other ingredients we're going to be using. So as we build the flavors in this dish, we're going to be throwing in some white wine. Now, if you don't have white wine, we had a catering that we're getting rid of some of the older wine that's been open. You're more than welcome to use chicken stock, veggie stock, or just the pasta water that you cooked your noodles in. And that just kind of adds to help thin out the thick sauce that we're going to have, that we're going to be creating. So once your pancetta starts to brown up, we are going to be adding in the white wine. And this is going to be about 1/4 cup that we're going to add in for the portions that we're cooking. Once you get that going, we're going to let that reduce down just a little bit. So make sure that your pan's hot, instead of getting fogged up here. So that way we can reduce that down and get that nice full flavor of the pancetta and the wine in this dish. We're also going to be using a pasta, and again, they sell this at Walmart. What I like about this bag of pasta, this is a fettuccine noodle that we bought, is that they're already individually wrapped. So they made these little bird nests for you, so you can easily know what your portion size that you're trying to use. So today we're going to cook 2 of these. So depending on how many people you're cooking for or how hungry you are, you can go ahead and take out as many bird's nests as you need. And the great thing is this has a long shelf life. So one of the things that we're also going to add to this dish is just a little bit of diced up garlic. This is about 2 cloves worth that we have that we're going to put in here. Get it in, get it all mixed up, get the pancetta mixed down. And right about now you can see that the liquid that we put in here has been reduced down to about a couple teaspoons worth of liquid that's left in here. And at that stage, what we're going to do is add heavy cream. Okay. This is the heavy cream that we're using. Again, great value, Walmart brand, keeping it cheap, keeping it on a budget. And we're just gonna go ahead, this is, again, about a 1/4 cup worth of liquid right here. We're gonna go ahead and throw that in. After that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add black pepper. Now, black pepper is actually the main ingredient in this dish. Carbonara actually means charcoal. It was a dish made for the charcoal workers that were mining the charcoal out in Italy area. And so they say that by adding the black pepper, when you eat this, the black pepper specks actually make it resemble charcoal that they were mining. So we're gonna go ahead and throw that in there. And that was about a 1/2 teaspoon. We're gonna go ahead and just kind of get this, let this reduce down. And what you're going to see is that your heavy cream is going to really start to thicken up, okay? And it's going to boil. And at that stage, what we're going to want to do is add our pasta, okay? Now, you can cook this ahead of time like we did. Just put a little bit of olive oil in it. It'll help it to not bind up. Or as you're cooking, to kind of help your sauce and give it a little more saucy texture, from the stage of it boiling, coming out of the water, you can go ahead and just add it right to your pan and let the starchy water kind of thicken up your sauce as well. So we're going to go ahead and throw that right in. And then we're just going to mix it up and combine it with all of the cream, the pancetta. And then at this stage, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of Parmesan. And we did the shredded type Parmesan that's on here. We're gonna just add that in there. Again, stir it into your sauce. And then at this point, what I'm gonna wanna do is remove your pasta from the heat, okay? Because the next ingredient that we have, we don't want to make scrambled eggs, all right? So you got to be really quick when you add this. So the first thing that we're going to add is the egg whites, and I'm just going to kind of throw it on the edge of where the pasta is, kind of spread out the pasta along the bottom of the pan. You're going to get it in there, and you just want to keep stirring, okay? Just keep stirring, get it mixed in. Once that's mixed in, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of our sun right here, the egg yolk. Get that in there. And again, you wanna keep this moving so that way you don't create scrambled eggs. Just get it mixed in. And the reason why you're adding the egg in there is it just gives it a richness, a creaminess that just makes you can't stop eating, okay? It's one of the reasons why I have this grillish figure that we have. But it just adds a flavor that you're not gonna get. If you don't add those ingredients there, then what you have is pretty much just a quick Alfredo sauce, which is very popular here among the students at our campus. And then finally, the last ingredient that we add, and this is not a traditional ingredient, but it's something that I know you'll see a lot of chefs add to it. I like it because it's color. Also makes me feel like I'm getting some sort of a vegetable in it, but these are just some frozen peas, okay? This bag right here was $1. Keep them frozen. Right before you start, just take a little bit out, put it in here at room temperature, they'll defrost. You just throw it right in and mix it in. It doesn't take very long for the peas to warm up. And to make this nice, especially if you have guests coming over, one of the ways that I like to plate this dish is just take a large spoon that you have. And what we're gonna do is just kind of, twirl your pasta into, again, a nest. Get your spoon in there. Kind of underneath your pasta. And we're just gonna kind of take it out and build them out. Okay. Now, if you think your sauce is getting a little bit too thick, because maybe you added a little bit of Parmesan, go ahead and add a little bit of that pasta water that you had, or any stock that you might have. You can always add a little bit more cream if you want a little bit more cream. We're gonna go ahead and stack this. And come back and get some of those peas. And then once we finish that up, what you can do is you can go ahead and top it with a little bit more Parmesan. I like it cheesy. And then a little bit of rough chopped parsley. It gives it a little bit more green, more color to it. And that is it. As you can see, it didn't take very long to cook. Once you have all your ingredients out, real fast dish. You can cook right before you eat, so you can sit here, have your friends in a conversation. But that's pasta carbonara.